Okay, we have 2 bunches of cilantro and 2 bunches of some Italian parsley. We are going to wash up because we're going to use it this morning. All right. Alright, it's time to go wash this. And I like to do it in my salad bowl so I can dry it better. But y'all, I just love seeing fresh herbs, fresh fruits, vegetables. It's just so pretty. Alright, so I'm going to go wash this up. And next time you'll see it, it'll be chopped. Okay, I'm going to let those herbs sit in that water for a little bit because I didn't grow those. I got them from the store, and you want to make sure you thoroughly clean them. I want to take a sip of my coffee. Y'all, good morning. It's India. This is Slow Living Homestead and Cooking. I forgot my name for a second. Okay, got my coffee in. Today we are going to make some gluten-free bread. Gluten-free oat bread, I should say. And we're going to make it 2 ways. Okay, I have 2 loaf pans prepared. You would need parchment paper. Quick note, gluten-free is not the same. It does not work the same. It's a lot of trial and error most of the time. So, I don't know if you can substitute the oat flour with any other flour. I only used oat flour in this recipe. Now, you don't have to use the clips, but I did the parchment paper a little different this time, so I want to make sure it stays in place. Okay, quick note about my oat flour. This is homemade oat flour. I actually mixed 2 different oats together. I use organic rolled oats mixed with organic sprouted rolled oats. I was using what I had because I wanted to fill up this container, so keep that in mind. But you can use store-bought. Know that when you make it homemade, often it won't be as fine, and I'm okay with that, it being a little coarse. I like texture, so just wanted to let you know, just in case you try this recipe and our bread looks a little different. But store-bought oat flour is fine, but save your money and make it yourself. All you gotta do, put it in a blender. You do not need a high-speed blender. Use whatever you have, and it's gonna be fine. For this recipe, we are going to make a buttermilk substitute. You can use dairy or non-dairy. I only buy non-dairy milk, and today we're using almond milk. Now we're gonna need, let's give this a shake. We're gonna need 1.5 cups. So we're gonna start with this first. To that. So since I have to do this twice, I have 2 cups. So 2 hour milk. In this case, I'm using almond milk. That's 1.5 cups. We're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of milk. This is not milk. To this 2 hour milk, we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of white distilled vinegar. We'll give that a little mix. And we're going to put this on the side. Let it sit for about 5 minutes. Okay. We're going to measure out our oat flour. And we are going to scoop and level it. That's 3 in this bowl. Always spoon and level, or scoop and level the flour. And just like that, we have our flour. Now I need to find the top to my container. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of baking soda. This is a half a teaspoon, so doing one bowl at a time because I don't have fancy equipment to film this video. So at least not yet. Okay, we have our baking soda. We have some Himalayan pink salt. Now, your salt and your sweetener is optional. I recommend to add some flavor to your bread, but just know that it's optional. We're gonna add, I'm gonna do a half a teaspoon. And y'all, this is the dry ingredients. We're just gonna give that a quick little mix to each one. And I didn't forget about my herbs. I did at first, but I remember now. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to chop up equal parts parsley with cilantro. I'm gonna do it a little bit at a time. There we go. See a piece I need to take out. I thought I would save y'all the time watching me chop these herbs because I ain't the best at chopping, but I get the job done. Okay, now we're gonna shred an 8-ounce block of mozzarella cheese. Now y'all can get a block of mozzarella cheese from Aldi's about less than $2. A cheese grater from the Dollar Tree, less than $2. Look how beautiful. Okay, so yeah, let's get to making this bread because that milk been sitting there more than 5 minutes, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, we're gonna start with the basic bread. Now, remember we have 3 cups of oat flour that is spooned and leveled, and I use homemade. A teaspoon of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of some Himalayan pink salt. The salt is optional, but I recommend it. Now, we have 1.5 cups of almond milk. You can use dairy with 1.5 tablespoons of white distilled vinegar. We let that sit for about 5 minutes at least. We're gonna add that right in. Got me some local honey. This is also optional, and I like to use a heaping tablespoon of honey, local honey. Okay, to mix this, I'm going to use my silicone spatula here, but y'all, sorry for moving the camera. I did buy me some Danish dough whisk. Now, I bought 2 of them. Probably after this video, I'm going to wash that up. I could have used this in this video, but I did not. Scraping the bottom. And the sides. We're going to pour that right in. Okay, we're gonna move on to the second. Same thing, y'all. We're gonna add a 1.5 cup of buttermilk substitute, our heaping tablespoon of honey. I have some jalapeños. They are frozen. They were fresh. I sliced them up and I flash froze them. And this is what we're using. We're not thawing them out. Actually, I'm just going to use all that. This is the fun part. I'm not measuring this part. I'm going to use the same knife. And I want the seeds and everything. We're going to give this a rough chop. I'm actually going to keep a few of them whole to put on top of the bread. I gave these jalapenos a rough chop. Chop that however you want. I want to see my peppers. And I'm not measuring how much peppers I am putting into my bread. I want to taste the peppers. I want it to be spicy. Okay, so we throw it in the bowl. We're going to add some of our fresh herbs, our cilantro and parsley. I'm not measuring that either. Put what looks good to you. That looks good to me. Our 8 ounce of mozzarella cheese that we shredded. I'm going to put that in there too. I'm going to keep a little bit for the top. We're going to give that a mix. Now, look how beautiful this looks. The batter thickened up a little bit. The batter also thickened up to the first one as well by it sitting while I made this one. Okay, we have our prepared loaf pan here. All right, I'm gonna smooth that out. Ain't gotta be perfect. All right, now we're going to add with the same hand because it's fine. That little bit of cheese we left. Try not to throw it all over like I am. Add our frozen jalapenos here. All fresh or pickled, whatever you're using. I'm using what I have. And I love having frozen jalapenos. And this looks pretty. All right, so you're gonna put it into the oven at 350, and we're going to bake it for about 55 to 60 minutes. Okay, I decided I'm gonna add some hemp hearts, some hemp seeds to the plain one. Optional, of course, but why not? And to our herb jalapeno mozzarella oat bread, I'm going to add a little bit more herbs on top. Just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, my toaster oven is preheated. I'm going to show you a close-up of each one. Look how beautiful. Doesn't that look beautiful? I wanted to show y'all. Look! I mean, it only be in there for about 3 minutes, but it looks great, right? Let's hope it don't bake over. I think it'll be fine. For the moment of truth, then I like to use my air fryer basket to put my bread on. I did let mine bake for an hour, but do check it after 55 minutes. Now we're going to see how it came out. Okay, here is our beautiful regular loaf. Look at that. Smells amazing. And here it is our herb jalapeno mozzarella oat bread. Here. Looks amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll move this to the side because I don't like to leave my bread in the pans, especially when I'm using parchment paper. I find that parchment paper makes it sweat, and with gluten-free bread, it's easy to get gummy. So I'm going to remove the bread from the pan and from the parchment paper. Oh. There we go. Okay. We're going to let this completely cool. With gluten-free bread, you always have to let it completely cool because it can become gummy. That helps. So, y'all, look at this. Smells amazing. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I cut into it. Okay, we are going to cut into our herb jalapeno mozzarella oat bread here. Oh, y'all. Cheesy. Oh, it smells great. I think I'm going to continue to let that cool a little. But Me and my husband's going to eat these 2 pieces. I want to show you what it looks like. I mean, it's cool, but then, like I said, texture-wise, I think you can use a few more minutes or a little more time. All right, and this is the regular bread. It is nice and soft. I'm gonna let that continue to cool a little longer as well. But hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I am going to definitely give this a try. We got a little spice. That's good. I think the next time I make this, I might add some more seasoning, like some onion powder. But it's good like this. This is a trial and error. Definitely going to enjoy this. All right, y'all. Well, have a great day. Let me know if you try this. This bread is soft and hearty. It's not like regular bread. I often eat it as an open-faced sandwich and not as, you know, a bread at the top and the bottom. No. But it is a quick bread to have when you want a sandwich. And this is how I eat this oat bread as an open face sandwich. This is just an example. It's good to mix gluten-free flours and do a lot of trial and error. But sometimes when I just need a quick bread, or I don't have like almond flour or chickpea flour, I'll just make just this bread with all oat flour, and it still makes a good sandwich.